Okay, I've been interrupted a number of times, so I am doing math grade 8 on a separate video for you. So my son came from a public school setting. When they went on to distance learning, they were using Khan Academy, which was all online, watching lessons, working through exercises that way. So my son, when I was talking to him about what he would like in a math program, he expressed an interest in doing it online, like with Khan Academy. So I went on the hunt for what I thought would be kind of a good, robust program that would challenge him, that would give me proper documentation to kind of track his progress, and that would give him the freedom to work independently online. And I came across thinkwell.com, and I was able to get a 15-day trial period to kind of check it out. Anything that he did during that period was not saved, but it allowed us to kind of go in and see if it was going to fit his desire and his personality and work well for him. So we decided it did, and I was able to get a discount. So I think I got the program for about $95 for the whole year, just to kind of give you a concept, which is really reasonable in my opinion. So this is for middle school and up. So I think it starts at 7th grade. And they have different options for the different levels. For example, I chose grade 8 math pre-algebra, but then I upped it to the honors level. So at school for 7th grade, they did not have an honors option, but he is my math kid and he was not being very challenged. His teacher did try to give him some supplemental activities to kind of push him a little, but it's hard in a large setting in a public school with lots of kids. And so I am giving him a little bit of a push this year with this honors one. And to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at, the difference between the 8th grade pre-algebra and the honors is, I believe, these last 3 units. So the graphing lines, the sequences and the functions and the polynomials are not included in the regular pre-algebra course. This course has to be completed in the same amount of time as the other one, however. So the speed is going to be a little bit faster, and they're going to cover 3 other topics that you would not get in the regular 8th grade math option. So he has a daily schedule, which I believe is under resources, if I'm not mistaken. So here is the lesson plan. So it breaks it down for him, broadly speaking, what he should be accomplishing. And then if you come down here, it breaks it down by week and day and shows him what he should be accomplishing. So in theory, he should have been finishing through day 5, his quiz, and he ended up getting this done on Thursday. And then he started this on Friday. So we're a little ahead of the game, which is fabulous. It gives us a little bit of leeway. And then if we go back up here to the chapter checklist, you'll see this is what I see. And I am logged in as myself. So I was able to send him an email. He set up his own user and password, but it is linked to my account. So that I can keep track of where we are on things. So here are the units that he is supposed to be doing. Over here, we have notes. So this is when he pulls up the notes in the system to see what he should be learning. The notes are just a summary of the lessons, if you will. Some of these do have an animation unit, which we have not even tried using those. I'm not really sure how they work. The exercises are here. So this shows which units he's worked the exercises for. And then there is a document page in there, I think, that he can pull up, and then the videos and lessons. And you will see he's not watched any of these videos and lessons. His preference is, unless he is stuck, to just pull up the notes, do a quick review of it. And then if he knows how to do it, then he just moves on with the exercises. So let me go back to the course home, and what I'm going to show you is what the inside of one of these units looks like. So when you click inside of a unit, it will give you the option to watch the lectures, and it shows you how long they are. In this case, we only have about 4 minutes of lectures here. These are the notes he likes to look at. These are the exercises that he must complete for each unit. This might be the animations, but I'm not sure. And then down here is the additional materials. So we've got topic worksheets, topic worksheet answer keys, and transcript. So the transcript is the exact videos, just in written form. So should your child prefer that, that is an option. But let me just pull this up really quick and show you. So you go in here, and this is what the lectures
You know, when we have really large numbers in our lives, sometimes a convenient way to
I was trying to see if I can
express those numbers is as a power. Now, when you think about a power,
so this is the little whiteboard space over here.
There's the base.
And so he'll show the instructions of what he's talking about
We
here.
see that the base is 3 and the
So just so you know, that's kind of, oh, here's the little thing that scoots forward.
6 to the 36.
So it works you through
and so you have to multiply
the
3
exercises. And again, the other option is to pull up the notes. And this is what my son prefers. This is almost like, you know, looking at the beginning of a math section in a workbook, and it just kind of walks you through what he covered in the lesson. These are the notes that maybe you would be taking if you were sitting in class and learning. So that gives you kind of an idea of what this program looks like, and this is what we are using for him this year. I don't think I've missed anything major. There are additional supplemental materials down here. So there are additional worksheets that they can download if they need extra practice. The assessments are in here. So he's got his quizzes here. This is where he has to go in to take his quizzes and his tests. And then they will read on his course home so that I know that he has completed it. Not his course. I'm sorry, his chapter checklist. I'm still learning this program too. So that should show, I think it should show in here somewhere. Maybe not. I'll have to go further and see where it shows me where he has completed those assessments, so that I can keep track of them. But he did show me he got 100% on it after he completed it. He likes this form of learning because he does everything in his head. It's the craziest thing. It brain boggles me. He can take 5 different variables and plug them in and use his PEMDAS and solve the problem and get it right in a matter of a minute just staring at the computer. So this process works well for him. The video that I did prior to this, I covered what process works well for my daughter. They're very, very different. This is me right here. I understand this. I have to write everything out, see it, go step by step and not skip anything. He can do everything in his head. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you are some supplemental materials that I have. I actually have a lot of books. I enjoy using books in math because it makes it so much fun. But I have these, and I did get them last year, but we only worked through one. My goal is to do maybe one a month, just to kind of create some fun and excitement. The one that I did do was the Dragon of Pi, and I did it on Pi Day in March. And what these are, they are stories that are written, let me put this down here, sorry, around a particular topic. So in this case, this entire story focuses on pi, as in math pi 3.14. So it takes you through an entire story of how he needs to save his dad by measuring things. And so it introduces the concept of measuring circles to figure out how to use pi, determine the radius and the diameter and the circumference. And so these books are very fun. Now, it's fun to read them, but what do you do with them? That's where this happy friend comes in. I believe that I found this set on Rainbow Resource. Like I said, I've had it for a year, so I'm not 100% sure, but I am almost positive that this is in Rainbow Resource. And what this is kind of a teaching guide on how to use all of these. I don't know if you saw how many there are. There are a number of books in this series, and I'll go through the names of them in a few minutes. How to use these in teaching. So here is our table of contents. And what happens is a lot of these are just blank or generic master sheets, and they can overlap with many of the units. So here is one where you can talk about, you can actually take this and use a literature aspect, and you can talk about the story map. We can talk about the setting and the characters and the problems and the attempts at solving the problems and how it ended. So this could be used for every single story to do a literature tie-in. Then you come in here and they've got different activities, circle graphs and graphing, and the road is long. And a lot of this doesn't make a whole lot of sense just looking at it this way. However, if you come to the very back, this will tell you which activities go with which books. So in my case, when I did the Dragon of Pi, I was able to say, okay, activity 1 and activity 2 and activity 4 will all work with that book. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 will all work with that book. 15 and 16 and 19 and 21. And so what I could do was I could then go in, find the one that I wanted to use and use it. So in our case, I used this particular one because we were using the diameter to figure out the circumference of the circles. And so we did this on Pi Day. This was one of our projects. And then over here, circumferences chart. If the diameter is this, then the circumference is this. So that's more practice. I don't remember what other ones I did off the top of my head. But as you can see, they do have overlaps, some that you can utilize more than once, and some that really pertain to a specific story. So this is a good way for you to get some hands-on practice and interaction with a fun book to read. So this is a lot of fun. I actually used this on Pi Day with my daughter, and then the next day my son had a pie question, and so I busted this out and said, wait a minute, I have a book for you, let's read it. And by the end, both of them were able to very clearly tell me what pi was, how to use it, how to find circumference and diameter, and all that good stuff. So let me go through. I'm sorry, that is my espresso machine rinsing itself. I'm having a lot of sound challenges today. Bear with me. All right, so here's the books in this series. Circumference and the Dragon of Pi. Circumference and the Fraction Fair. Circumference and the Roundabout Battle. Circumference and the Vikings Map. Circumference and the First Round Table. Circumference and the Great Knight of Angel Land. Circumference and the Sword in the Cone. Circumference and the Isle of Imiter. And Circumference and the Off the Charts Dessert. So those are all the books in the series. Those are our math curriculum choices. I hope you have found some information in here that was helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM or comment on here, and I will be happy to answer it for you. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Bye.